Well, another project. 3.7 liter V6 2007 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And what happened here is, if you have been following, we had a no start. It threw a code or a crystal message, I should say a message of transmission overheat. I believe it's or heat over, transmission heat over, I believe it was. Has nothing to do with what this car was doing, but it is a common flaw that this car does have. It does for the 2006 and 2007. So let's get right into it here. So after checking the battery, the alternator, and somewhat the starter based upon its starting abilities, it would hit and miss on starting. It left my mother-in-law stranded last night, so we're gonna crawl under here very carefully. This is the starter. This is the solenoid. Now, for some reason, my light is not working on the phone now, but the solenoid has a yellow wire, which is right there. See that yellow wire right there? There's a clip on there that you will basically pinch with your thumb and index finger, like so, and pull it out. I took this brush and I cleaned that terminal that yellow wire connects to on both sides the best I could with this brush. Got this at the dollar store for like, I don't know, you get like 3 or 4 of them in a pack for $1. So it either cost me a quarter or 33 cents, depending on how many were in the pack. So I scrubbed it, cleaned it, and I put some of the dielectric grease on it to help prevent it from corroding again. So that is that. I'm gonna call this good. Before I jumped in here, I had to pull away the skid plate, which is hanging just by with one bolt. So we're in the process of putting this back. So we're gonna just snug this back up real quick here. There's 4, I think there's 7s, 7mm. I think it goes in here somewhere. Yeah, something like so. Make sure though, when you guys do this, oh, look at this. I just noticed that. I got it blocked, but look at that. It's only 2 points of contact. I have the jack here. I have it on a block. I have the back wheel blocked, and I have the front here blocked. So, not saying that it's not going to move, but you can never take that for granted. It's one of the things I don't enjoy is crawling under a car. But it seems like I've been spending a lot of time lately under vehicles. I don't know what it is. This month has been something else. I always tighten. I think there was 2 sizes here. I always hand tight everything first. That way you know it's threading in properly. So if there's anything that you can take away from this, that one doesn't fit. That one doesn't fit. Is make sure you don't do it with power tools when it comes to that. Okay, now that we have it all together, let's put this one to sleep. Okay, all right, here we go. Does this car look familiar? 1, hi, luck me now. Okay. 2, anyway, all right, and the third and final. Okay, now I want to see if the transmission, yeah, it doesn't come back on anymore. It used to come on here. It would say transmission temp over or something like that. So it was an error that is very common for this car. So we're gonna call this had to put the hat in the box. It's getting dirty. It's getting beat up. Well, just another way to save some more money. We disconnected the battery when we did all that work underneath. I put it back together just to make sure that it was properly gelled up. What we did do though, the first things that we did is we went through and checked the terminals for corrosion. I checked the alternator. By checking the alternator, when I did get the car started, I came and disconnected the battery and the car kept running. So that's one way that you can actually test to see if the alternator is still good. What this does is it helps each other in a sense. Like, you need this and that to keep the car running. You need this to run your accessories. But once the car's going, this helps generate power to keep this charged. If the alternator was bad and I had disconnected this, then the car would have died completely. If the battery was showing signs of weakness, it would have given you that information at the first of starting it. So would the starter. So there's a different sound that the starter would have made and a different sound that this would have made. It would have just killed the car if that was bad, if this was disconnected. So that made me think one of two things. One, the corrosion on the starter. Two, a fuse, which the fuses are here. That would have been the next step I would have taken. And then there's some wiring that goes back in there for it. And I believe maybe some fuses over there. I'm not too sure. I didn't really get to that step yet. But because I found the corrosion and the car started promptly, I think we dealt with the problem. I hope it fixes the problem. It is a very common issue with this car. If you noticed, if you go back and you notice that the starter and right above it is the exhaust that goes back to the muffler, they're very, very close together. And the heat from that exhaust has really put a toll on those wire harnesses that are right there that are grouped that connect to that starter. So that is an issue. So kind of not an ideal plan. I would have thought that maybe a heat guard would have been manufactured to kind of prevent that from happening. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. This week has been hellaciously dedicated to vehicle repair, and it's just amazing that this is even going down like this. But I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel, and hopefully you learned something from this. If one person takes this information and can succeed from it, then I've done my job. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. See you on the other side.